Hello fellow gamers, welcome back to Farm the Sacred Stones. In the last episode, we beat the landing at Tyzel here. And I was going to plan on training Ewan in between, but I'm going to record one straight set. And I'll try to train him a little bit if I have room for him on my team. I would have gone this way anyway, but this bale blocked my path, and you can't go back because he'll go, oh my god, there's somebody in the way. So you can't, I couldn't even get there anyway. And I don't really feel like trying to push through. So anyway, we go to the Zalbumage. Which is kind of funny because over here it's the Zaha Woods. Anyway, so it's the Zalbumage. Anyway, here we go. This episode will take on chapter 13. Anyway, Ephraim leads the group to Zalbumage in search of the missing mirror. They learned from soldiers and villagers that mirror had been captured by General Selena, one of Grotto's commanders. She was last seen heading east. To regain their companion, the group will now be forced to fight. Thought you had to fight anyway. Ephraim steels his heart to the reality that he must face Selena. Gomez? No. If I could... So here we go, chapter 13. Flower Powers Oath. I don't even know. Anyway, so we're gonna go kill Selena Gomez, even though I love her so much. Anyway. Whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it, so leave me alone. Anyway, so I'm gonna try picking units here, and it looks like we don't have room for Ewan, so I'll do some off-screen training for him. Arter needs one more level to level up. I need an ocean seal for you. We will use that this episode too. Anyway, so here we go. Formation is okay, I'm assuming. This level is actually really tough, actually. Look how many guys there are. There is a lot of guys. If you look at the thing, it's very covered in red. I gotta quickly change some items, that's right. You can trade that bow to someone who's... Oh, we can't bring Dazla. Well, as I said, I always end up giving up on Dazla at some point, and I believe this is why, because for some reason I always actually put in the supply, because I'm going to get a guy this chapter, so. Spoiler alert, I know, but you can trade that to, I guess you can trade it to, you already have a hand axe. I guess we'll give it to Ross then. Okay, well let's just, you can use the Elysium, but we need one more level before you use that. We might get a lot of class-ups this episode. Here we go. Whoa, new partners. They're already on our team even. Prince Ian said they would be around here somewhere. Now, where in the blazes is this Ephraim? From this distance, I can't tell which army is Freely and which is Grotto. We'll have to move closer to sort of find this out. Oh, we get way more new partners. Okay, so... So far we only have two new partners right now. We have the Mercenary and the Dancer. So we'll go through them real quick. Okay, so let's get to the new classes we have here. Starting off, we have the Dancer. The Dancer is an interesting unit because it does not use any weapons at all. In fact, it can't even attack. What it does is it allows any unit on your team to move one more time. And they have pretty good speed, so they're pretty good at dodging attacks. But unless you really want the extra movement and you don't really have a last guy for your team or something, then I guess you could bring her. She helps a little bit. And second, we have the Mercenary, and the Mercenary is good because they got pretty good attack. They're basically the equivalent of a fighter except with swords. They're a little faster, a little more skillful, a little less defensive, but they class up into heroes much like the fighters do, and they do have another one, but we haven't gotten into that yet. So, use them if you want. They're not like amazing, but they can if you train them right. Yep. So they're pretty good. I enjoy the company of a Dancer. They help a fair bit. I remember the tutorial for this exactly. I'm gonna do exactly what the tutorial does in easy. First, you attack this guy with Garrick, and Garrick goes ba-bang, and then cool. Wait, what level is he? Because he has a mercenary thing with him too, so he has a hero's crest, so I'm gonna use that on Joshua. As I said, the next one we're gonna give to Joshua. So you guys are lucky. You're gonna see so many upgrades and so many new partners that you'll be like, I don't even think, you know what, this episode's gonna be so full of different upgrades, so I'm just gonna go through them as they sort of happen. Well, you know what? Okay. I'm going to explain everything that's going to happen. First off, Arthur can become two things. He can become the bishop and the sage, which I'll go through those two. And he can become either the Wyvern Lord or the Wyvern Knight, and I'll go through those two. And he can become either a hero or a ranger, which we've already seen the hero, so we're going to see the ranger right now. So I'm going to go through all 6 of those right now. Okay, so let's go through these new classes we have here. We have a lot to go through because I'm going to get them all done now, so that way when we go farther in this chapter, there's no more to really go through. So, first off, we'll go through what the Wyvern Rider can turn into. First, we have the Wyvern Knight. Now, Wyvern Knights are pretty good because they only use lances still, but they have this ability called Pierce, which in the same way as the Assassin's Silencer ability, if they get that special critical hit, they will do some damage that doesn't include the enemy's defense, which is really good, except it doesn't happen with critical hits. It can just happen on its own, which is kind of cool. I forget when it actually happens though, but yeah. And on the other hand, we have the Wyvern Lord, and Wyvern Lords are good because they learn the ability to use swords, and that kind of helps because it takes away one of their weaknesses, because they were very weak to running into people who used axes, and now that they have swords, they don't have to worry about axe-wielding units, but they still have to be afraid of archers and magic, so they're pretty good. And now we have what our monk Arthur can turn into. We have the bishop. Bishops are really good because they have the Slayer ability, which means whenever they face a monster, they do extra damage, which is really, really, really good. It comes really in handy. And we also have the Sage. Now, Sage is a little bit better because not only do they learn how to use staves like the bishop did that I forgot to point out, but they also get to use anima magic, and that's a very good combination of things to have because now they have 2 different forms of magic and staff, so now they can do a lot of things, but they don't get that extra damage against monsters. So it's up to you which one you want. That's actually a pretty close call for me. And now on to the ones that we don't have to split in half because we have one for each. Our Myrmidon Josh can turn into a Swordmaster or an Assassin, so we'll start with the Swordmaster since that's the only one we haven't done. Swordmasters are really good. They're some of my favorite units. They have really high chances of getting critical hits, which is really good. Even when they use standard weapons, they can still get a good like 12% chance of getting a critical hit, and that's pretty good. I really like them, and they're great attackers. And as for our Mercenary, he can become a Ranger. Rangers are really good because they're basically horse people. They're like horse riders, but they can only use swords and bows, which is a really interesting combination. I highly enjoyed it. It's what I used to turn Garrick into a lot, but I don't know. We'll see. There we go. That was a lot. It was a hefty load we just went through, so there's no new enemies anyway, because we're pretty much exhausted all the new enemies. There's still a few more monsters, but not too many new enemies. That was a stupid idea on my part. God damn, he's gonna get attacked. Pardon my language. Okay. I gotta train you guys, because you're level 15 with friggin' max speed and almost max skill. We have to upgrade you now. And I already know what I'm going to upgrade you into. Oh, I forgot to tell you. He can also become a Sword Master, which I definitely threw in there. So don't worry, you probably all saw it. And you're all like, oh my god, now we know what it is. So, I want to use you because I like using Garcia. I like using warriors. Warriors are so cool. Look at them. They got like wings too. Like, oh yeah! Tornado strike. I'm assuming we're running low on time actually. Like, I'm sorry this episode didn't really have much. It was more like a lot of bios. But to end it off, I'm just going to quickly upgrade Forge for all you guys, because I know you want to see what he's going to turn into. I'm choosing Paladin for him. So, there we go. We've upgraded Ford into a Paladin. So, this episode was not all for nothing. We killed a few guys and we started this chapter. So next time on Farm the Sacred Stones, we will be continuing through this chapter, and this is a long chapter. This might even be like a 5-parter. I'm not even sure. See you guys next time.